Seniors, I am begging you, please stop eating these 7 fruits, at least stop eating them the way you've been doing, because even though they look innocent, even though most people assume all fruit is automatically heart healthy, the truth is that some fruits can quietly work against your heart when eaten in the wrong amount, or at the wrong time, or when combined with certain age-related health conditions. Today I want to tell you exactly which fruits seniors need to be careful with, why these fruits can slowly increase strain on the heart, and what you can safely choose instead. This is not fear-based information. It's not meant to scare you away from fruit. It's meant to help you protect your heart with simple changes that can add years, good years, to your life. So let's start with the first fruit many seniors are unknowingly overdoing. 1. Grapes. Grapes seem harmless. They're soft, easy to chew, sweet, and refreshing. But that sweetness is precisely the problem. Grapes contain a high concentration of natural sugars, and because they're so small, people tend to eat them in handfuls, not realizing they've consumed the sugar equivalent of several servings of fruit in minutes. For seniors, especially those with pre-diabetes, diabetes, or borderline blood sugar issues, this sudden sugar spike forces the body to release more insulin. Over time, repeated spikes can trigger inflammation and can contribute to metabolic imbalances that place additional stress on the cardiovascular system. Another thing people forget is that grapes are calorie-dense compared to their size. Seniors who are trying to maintain a stable weight or support heart health may accidentally overeat them, thinking they're a light snack. If you enjoy grapes, don't feel guilty. You don't have to eliminate them entirely, but shift from a bowl to a measured handful and pair them with a small source of protein, like a few nuts. This slows sugar absorption dramatically and makes them heart-friendlier. 2. Mangoes. Now let's talk about mangoes, the kings of sweetness. Delicious? Absolutely. But mangoes sit near the top of the natural sugar scale. One mango can contain more sugar than a can of soda. And unlike some fruits that have a moderate effect on blood sugar, mangoes can cause a quick and noticeable rise. For seniors who already have stiffening blood vessels, something that naturally happens with age, large sugar surges can make the heart work harder. Over time, this can contribute to what specialists call glycemic stress, where the ups and downs of blood sugar affect blood pressure, inflammation, and even cholesterol patterns. Many older adults eat mangoes in summer as a refreshing treat, but the portion is key. The safest approach for heart health is limiting yourself to half a mango in a sitting or choosing less ripe mango, which has a lower glycemic load. Mangoes aren't your enemy, but portion size is everything. 3. Canned fruit in syrup. This one is especially urgent because many seniors choose canned fruit for convenience. It's soft, inexpensive, and easy to store, but when fruit swims in syrup, it becomes a completely different product. You're no longer eating the fruit that grew on the tree, you're eating dessert disguised as fruit. Canned peaches, pears, and pineapple in heavy syrup can deliver massive amounts of added sugar that overwhelm the bloodstream. For hearts that already beat a little slower or have experienced years of strain, these sugar floods can worsen blood pressure fluctuations and inflammation. Some canned fruits also contain preservatives that aren't ideal for long-term heart health. If you love canned fruit, switch immediately to the packed-in water or no sugar-added versions. The difference is huge, almost like comparing night and day in terms of sugar impact. 4th, watermelon. Watermelon is refreshing, hydrating, and perfect on a hot day. But it also has one of the highest glycemic indexes among fruits. That means it breaks down rapidly into glucose, hitting the bloodstream fast. Now, you might wonder why that matters. After all, watermelon is mostly water. But seniors who struggle with maintaining stable blood sugar or who already deal with cardiovascular issues may notice that large watermelon portions leave them feeling tired, thirsty, or even lightheaded afterward. Those are all subtle signs of a fast sugar rise followed by a crash. Another factor is potassium content. Watermelon contains a moderate amount of potassium, and although potassium is essential, too much of it can be problematic for seniors with kidney issues, especially those who take certain heart or blood pressure medications. You don't need to cut out watermelon entirely. Just avoid eating giant bowls of it and pair it with something containing fiber or protein to slow the sugar rush. 5. Dried fruits. Raisins, dates, dried cranberries, apricots, figs. These can be heart-tricky in several ways. First, they're extremely concentrated. When fruit is dried, the water disappears, but the sugar remains. Suddenly, what used to be 3 or 4 servings of fruit fits into a tiny handful. Because dried fruit is chewy and small, it's very easy to overeat without realizing it. Seniors often keep them as snacks because they're soft and convenient, but repeated spikes from high-sugar dried fruit can contribute to arterial stiffness and inflammation. And that's not all. Many dried fruits, especially cranberries and mango, have added sugar on top of the fruit's natural sugar. If you enjoy dried fruit, stick to a tablespoon instead of a handful, or choose versions labeled unsweetened. Another smart trick is mixing them into yogurt or oatmeal rather than eating them alone. That way, you get the flavor without the sugar overload. 6. Bananas. Bananas are nutritious, but seniors need to pay attention to ripeness and portion size. Ripe bananas, those soft ones with lots of brown spots, contain a high level of rapidly absorbing sugars. For someone with insulin resistance or diabetes, this quick absorption can lead to sudden blood sugar spikes, followed by fatigue or cravings. Bananas are also high in potassium. Normally, potassium is wonderful for the heart, but for seniors with kidney impairment or those taking certain heart medications, especially ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, too much potassium from bananas can become risky. A single banana isn't usually a problem, but eating multiple bananas a day or choosing overripe bananas regularly can create heart stress in the long term. A good approach is choosing firmer, slightly green bananas, which contain more resistant starch and raise blood sugar more slowly. 7. Fruit juices. This last one may be the biggest hidden danger of all. Seniors often switch to fruit juice because it's easier to swallow, easy to digest, and feels healthy. But the difference between whole fruit and fruit juice is enormous. When you juice fruit, you remove the fiber that slows sugar absorption. What's left is highly concentrated liquid sugar that can enter the bloodstream incredibly fast. Even 100% pure fruit juice, orange, apple, grape, acts more like soda than whole fruit. For seniors, especially those with heart disease, high blood pressure, or diabetes, daily fruit juice can worsen inflammation, disrupt blood sugar regulation, and add calories without providing the satiety that whole fruit offers. This doesn't mean you can never drink juice again. It means juice should be treated like a rare treat, not an everyday habit. Whole fruit will always be the better option because its fiber protects your blood sugar, and therefore your heart. Now that we've gone through all 7 fruits, let me make something very clear. Fruit is not the enemy. These fruits become a problem only when they're eaten in excess, they're consumed without fiber or protein, they're sweetened artificially, or they interact with age-related health conditions like diabetes, kidney strain, or heart medication sensitivities. The goal isn't to eliminate fruit, it's to eat the right fruits in the right way. So what should seniors eat more of if they want to protect their heart? Berries are one of the safest and most beneficial choices thanks to antioxidants and low sugar. Apples, pears, oranges, kiwis, plums, peaches, and even cherries can fit nicely into a heart-focused lifestyle when eaten in whole form, in moderate amounts, and preferably paired with protein or fiber for steady energy. And the most important thing? Balance. The heart loves consistency. It loves stable blood sugar. It loves foods that don't overload it with sudden stress. Every positive change you make, even something as small as switching from fruit juice to whole fruit, makes a real difference. If you've watched this far, it probably means you care about your heart or about someone you love. So here's your gentle reminder. The heart is one of the hardest working organs in your body. It deserves every bit of help you can give it. And protecting it doesn't require extreme diets or cutting out all sweets forever. It simply requires awareness, moderation, and choosing foods that work with your body rather than against it. Every senior deserves to feel energetic, strong, and stable. Your diet can support that, starting today, starting with small choices, starting with what's already in your kitchen. If this video helped you understand something new or gave you a moment of clarity about your health, then I hope you'll stick around. Like the video, share it with someone who might need it, and don't forget to subscribe for more helpful and life-changing guidance. Your heart will thank you. Maybe not in words, but in the way you feel every single day. Stay healthy, stay strong, and take good care of yourself.